Today I'm just going to demonstrate a balayage technique. I'm starting at the front. In the back I would generally part the hair. I use her for foil so you can see. Generally I would part her down the back of the head, and I would always start on an angle. I don't take my, I would have a bit of an angle going this way up for my balayage, and that way it just sits a little more natural than going up, straight up across. So I always put mine on an angle. There's all kinds of different ways to do the balayage, and balayage is just a term that they use for free movement. A lot of people, I mean, you can watch tons and tons of videos on balayage. A lot of people do like a back comb. Back combing is great because it staggers the hair right away for you. The only thing is when you take a balayage out that has had a lot of back combing, it's really tatted, because once you have the lightener on here and then you wet all that and shampoo it and everything, it comes out quite tatty. And if you've got a client who has kind of damaged hair to begin with, the back combing's not so nice. So it's a great look, but I find it a little bit rough on my clients. Around the hairline, you want to have it a little bit stronger. Okay, so depending on the size of your section, make sure I got that on an angle. I like to do a little bit of a weave. Now, not the same kind of weave I would do for my highlights, but like a stronger, thicker weave. Okay, and then takes a little more talent, takes a lot more practice. I like to put a little bit of lightener onto my paddle, onto my board. I want to make sure that I've got it just a nice texture, okay? And then I'm going to come through and I'm going to start, I like at the front especially, I like to get it up really nice and close to the hairline. Again, if product dries, it dies, so you want to make sure that you have your bead going on fairly thick. Okay, so you're going to come through. And I usually go from V's to M's, depending. So this is a pretty small section, so I'm just going to do a V here at the front or at the top. Okay, so you can see I've got my line, a little bit thicker. And that's what I did, I tried to get thicker, and I got globby. And then I'm coming down, and then your ends, you're going to do all of your ends, so then you're going to lay it down onto your board and come all the way down. Now, you can, especially for a client, you want to put down something so that it's not going to lay onto their skin, okay? But if you want it to process, it's not a bad idea to enclose it. And so to do that, generally, because I've already find like I need 6 hands to do this to begin with, I'll just lay a piece over top of it. But this is a pretty small section, so I could also just kind of fold it in a little bit. If you just let it process on the air, and you can do that, it's just I find it doesn't go very light, because heat helps process the color and make it work faster. When you are doing, I'm just going to skip up to here, but when you're doing the hairline, okay, so I would be more across like this for the hairline. Let's go up here. I always want to make sure I get and you can see like the wider the section, the more hair, but I still kind of staying a little bit bold there, maybe a little bit more there. This is one of those things, like there's not a perfect pattern that someone can teach you, because everybody's hair is different, everybody's texture is different. So it's something that you have to learn as you go along. And you have to see the results. You have to see, oh, I did this on this person and I really wish I'd done this, or that worked really great. And I know Sandra has the same kind of hair as this girl, so I know it's going to work really well on her too. So again, you come in, creating your first bead. Come across. I really enjoy doing this. I find it, I don't know, almost therapeutic, like painting. And as I'm coming down the hair, I'm starting to fill in those ends. And depends, like, you know, does the client have regrowth? Again, like, this is not something one size fits all for anybody, because it just doesn't. So, like I say, you could free that by just laying it down, or you could put it into a foil. Thank you.